Hello and welcome, I am Arumba, thank you for joining me. Let's play some Factorio with more mods than I should ever have put into one mod package. Before we dive into what's entailed in the mods that I'm using, you should definitely go ahead over to arumba.tv/mods and download the mod pack if you'd like. The most notable features are that we're using the newest versions of Bob's mods. Yes, Bob, bobbing about, has updated his mods. He never stops, apparently. Also, Angel, one of the other fantastic mod makers for Factorio, popped into my stream earlier today and somehow convinced me to play using his Angel's Ores mod, which radically changes the way the game works. So instead of having iron and stone and all the Bob's mods, like, you know, rutile and gold and bauxite and all that stuff, now we just have apparently 6. There's 1, 2, coal, 3, 4, and then I guess there's 2 more, but they don't start in the starting zone. So we've got Bobmonium, Rubite, what's this one over here? We've got Steratite, and there's one more somewhere up here, apparently it's in the trees. It's called Saphirite, and then again there's 2 more. It removes all other ores in the game are gone, right? Except for coal, and that's it. Coal is the only, like, mineral that's, like, just on the ground. Everything else comes from these new Angel's Ores, and we've got to process them. So let's go through our mod list very briefly here, just so you can see what we have. We've got Afraid of the Dark, which is a light mod, makes things brighter. We do have Alternative Alien Science, because there's just too much going on. We're playing with Bob's mods and with Angel's Ores. I'm not interested in the Alien game. I never have been. I've never really liked it much. Anyway, we're just going to move on past that. Auto Deconstruct is on, Auto Trash. It's basically Vanilla Plus, but also with Bob's mods and Angel's Ores. That's about it. We got some crafting speed stuff, even more light, EVO, GUI, more robot tech, flow control, handy hands, more light. I've got like 3 more light mods on here. A resource monitor, there's the Angel Ores. We got auto research and research queue, so we can just kind of have things happen automatically. All the Bob mods. And again, this mod pack is available for download at arumba.tv/mods if you'd like to get it. And it's all good to go. So let's go ahead and just dive right in. One of the mods that I'm really excited about having, which I've never used outside of the stream earlier, and the stream that I'm doing actually right now while we record this is it's called, I forget what it's actually called. There's a mod in here that skips the first hour of gameplay, basically. It's in here somewhere. It's like in the B's, I think. I don't remember, but it's somewhere buried in there. But there's some mod that gives us a bunch of junk, just so that we can fast forward the early game a little bit, and we don't have to go through that boring first hour where we have no anything. So the very first thing we're going to do then is just go set up some power. We've got enough stuff on hand for 10 megawatts of power. We don't start with any tech done. We don't even have automation. So what we start with in our inventory is what we get. Let's go ahead and reserve the slots where I like them. So we're going to put our transport belt here. We're going to put our regular splitter. We're going to put an underground belt. I'm actually going to put the hacked splitter in my normal splitter slot because I find that I use those far more often. We're going to turn off handy hands. All handy hands settings are now turned off by default. You do that by pressing the K key, by the way, if you've never used it before. K lowers something if you have it in your hands, like this. And then I increases it. If you have nothing selected, it affects the global settings, so that's what we're modifying right there. Okay, so where do we want to put power? Probably over here. Or I was looking earlier at the map. I want to do, like, power down here, ferry some of the coal up north. We're going to bring all 4 of these components above the oil, and then we're going to start a smelting area up here into a bus going this way. Now, I will admit this is my second attempt at this mod. I'm not completely unfamiliar with Angel's Ores. We had a stream that I was doing earlier today where we gave it a shot, and I sucked at it, basically. And I was way too concerned with trying to, like, sort stuff, and it just didn't work very well. And so we're not going to do it that way this time. Instead, we're going to do it a little bit different. We're going to focus on trying to get blue circuitry and Bobs, and once we have those blue circuits, we'll be good to go. Let's go one further. I don't like when inserters grab from the edge. And the game does start us off with some burner inserters, so even though they're kind of inefficient, they'll be sufficient for power needs, I think, in the early game here. We'll go up by 1. And down by 1. Darn it. My mouse, I swear, my mouse, like, drifts. It doesn't stay still. I don't know why. It moves just a tiny little bit as I'm moving it. So, anyway, let's connect these pipes up. I also have a mod on right now that's called Squeak Through. Notice that we can just walk right through pipes and stuff. Very, very convenient. It's so hard to go back to playing. So hard to go back to playing without it after you've had it for a while. We'll put an electrical pole there. We will do a power connection to it. Bring you over here. This is going to be where we do like a little bit of a coal stockpiling. Not a huge amount, but some. Tell you what, I actually want to do it a little bit different. I want to go... Let's set it up first. So the ore is going to come down. That way it's going to stop. It's going to go into some chests for storage. We'll put some power here and here. And now we know where to go to bring the power over. Okay, let's throw down some wooden chests here. Just a couple basics here. I've been doing this quite frequently, and I think that it's a good idea to have a coal surplus right before your primary power source. Just sort of guarantees that if your coal runs out at any point, you are still pretty much guaranteed to always have ample time to respond to the situation. Unless, of course, you're ignoring it like I usually do, which is quite possible. We will run out of belts here if I'm too prodigious with my usage. So we've got to be a little bit careful about that. How cool is this, starting off with all this power? It's going to be great. Okay, we do need to prime the system by throwing something in there. Let's put a single piece of wood in there. Should be enough to get at least one coal on the belt, and that whole thing will fire off and get going. Okay, now I said this earlier, and I'm going to say it again. My primary goal right now is just to get the bus started as fast as we can. I don't even really care too much about technology, but we do need to get some. Okay, so let's see. We've got U, which can become copper, iron, cobalt, tin. Gotcha. No lead or anything out of that one. And then we got this one up here that's hidden inside the trees. This one is the other one. This one is iron, copper, quartz. So copper, iron versus iron, copper. So we're going to want both, but we'll actually probably start off with this one. Mining hardness of 1 with a mining time of 1.5. And this one down here has a mining hardness of 1.5 with a mining time of 2. So it's harder to mine, which actually is pretty significant. In my test stream earlier, we put down a couple, 4 electric mining joules on each patch, and it was amazing, just amazing how much less of the other one you end up getting. I'm not going to bother going through and doing all the calculations. Basically, mining hardness and mining speed both affect the rate at which you obtain ore. There is a very easy to do calculation that you can look up if you just want to go to the Factorio wiki. Or if someone in Twitch chat wants to do it right now, they could. But, we'll start, right about here. We'll draw some power over that way and that way. Go an extra tile out just for some spacing. And then we will connect our power in down here. Let's avoid this patch for just a moment. I don't want to have these poles intersected in any way. We do have a few large electric poles that I could use, but since I don't have the tech to make them, I'm kind of reluctant to use them. I'm going to use them pretty sparingly, I think. So anyway, yeah, our electric mining drills have a mining power of 3. The mining power gets compared against the mining hardness. The mining speed gets compared against the mining time, and then those things all get multiplied together to determine how much ore per second or how many units of time, seconds, need to pass before you actually get some of this stuff. Ugh, the old forest in the way here. Yikes. We're gonna have to clear it out. And we are playing with Bob's mods, so the wood is not completely wasted. You know what's funny? You say you need to break out the Excel sheet. I actually did have an Excel sheet at one point. When I was very first time I was getting into Bob's mods, I was very curious to see exactly how much better the upgraded mining drills were versus the level 1 mining drills, and so I had to do some calculations. I mean, you can do a basic calculation just to see that they require less power overall, and they mine more stuff. But it's actually more significant than you'd expect because of that mining calculation that gets made. Increasing the mining power significantly increases the amount of ore that you get because you are not having to overcome as much of the mining hardness or mining toughness. Alright, there is our line of ore. And again, I don't really want to take it over here, but I want to bring this one up and over, this one over, this one up and over. I want all the ore to come way up here. How much belt do we have is the real question. And what's it going to take to get us doing stuff? So we got this thing called a burner ore crusher. Let's go ahead and plug it in. We're going to make some sapphirite ore crushing. To do that, we need fuel. I think we can burn wood, right? Yeah, good. Okay, no power here at all. Did I fail to make the connection, or did I not functionally prime the system? Thought I did. Apparently I did not. Apparently one piece of wood is not enough to get this behemoth going. Probably because there wasn't enough power in the system by the time the first coal got here to actually bring the coal in. So let's just grab this coal and get a few more of these running. Where did it all go? Oh, here it is. I was gonna say it's all gone. All right, now it's running. Okay. All right, so we got our burner miner thinger. This is the new tab, resource refining. This is where it all happens. So the burner ore crusher requires some stone. We could just get some stone right away if we find any rocks. I'm assuming those weren't removed from the game. Come to think of it though, I didn't see any in the campaign earlier. Maybe they did get removed. All right, let's run this power. Ah, stupid tree. I prefer for the spacing to be perfect on these poles. And we are now out of poles. That is fine. Go ahead and turn on handy hands for that one item. Let's go up to like 25 at a time. Okay, so we need to run power all the way over here. And so this is where we're just going to take the sapphirite ore and we're going to dump it into the crusher. We're going to crush it. Makes cool sound effects. We get two components. We get this thing here. So we've got some... So I got this sapphirite ore in my inventory. We get two things. We get crushed sapphirite, can be smelted directly for iron, sorted for iron, copper, and slag, or refined further. We also have crushed stone. Crushed stone gets combined in any assembly machine to create regular stone. That's where stone comes from, with ores, with Angel's ores. So that's neato, right? Let's go ahead and just put some power around you. We do have some inserters. Let's go ahead and load them up into there. And we'll grab everything and bring it back out. Just stick with one chest for now. I'd rather it all be contained. Okay, we don't have any capacity to do silos, but we can make a burner ore crusher now. Apparently I did find some stone somewhere. I don't remember mining any stone, but anyway. Let's throw down this second crusher. Oh my gosh, why do you stream right now? Because it's convenient for me. That would be the primary reason why I do it. Is that a good enough reason? I hope so. Alright, we got to copy-paste that recipe over. Throw some fuel in there. We're going to go through that wood fairly quickly. I'd prefer to be using coal, but Bob's Mods does have a... you don't have to use synthetic oil anymore to do your refining. You can actually... sorry, to do your circuitry. You can actually use... there are greenhouses that you can build. Alright, the system is getting primed up on coal. I'm going to want to have a little bit of surplus coal, so I'm going to go ahead and throw down 2 more electric mining drills on the coal side. And get this thing going. Nice, I can go through the center. Cool, I like it. So, what do we do with crushed sapphirite? Well, we smelt it, basically. Crushed sapphirite can be smelted directly into stuff. It is made, not there, but here. Iron plate from crushed sapphirite. So you just take the 3 bits of crushed sapphirite and you turn them directly into iron plate. So we don't have to take it any further than that. We've got stone and iron, basically, is what we have right now. So if we want to, we can set up a little miniature smelting area here just to get a little bit of iron coming in. Right? Throw some coal in there. And then take our sapphirite and throw it in there. And we got iron. We're in business. And then on the other hand, we take a assembling machine over here, and that's where we grab our crushed stone, and we turn the crushed stone into real stone. Apparently, little tiny bits of pebbles can be reassembled into massive boulders or something. Anyway, we're going to use that crushed stone to make a few more things. So first things first, from here, I'm going to want two things, actually, with the stone. We'll do two like this. We'll go one of them here, one of them here. You are going to make me some of these stone furnaces, and you are going to make me some more burner ore crushers for now. We'll use burners. It's not a big deal. I only want to have, at most, a couple of these things. The problem is that we have no sorting system whatsoever right now, so we're going to have to just try to get stuff on the bus so that we can then... Well, first off, we got to make a bus, is the thing. Okay, these yellows indicate that the outputs are not fast enough, so I actually think I will go up to 3 in, 3 out, just because I don't want these machines to slow down or stop for any reason. Get a fourth one up and running, and then go lay out... lay our claim to the bus area, I guess. I think 4 is sufficient for now. We do have 55 furnaces on hand already. And we could just knock out some research, but until we get copper up and running, I don't think that's a good idea. Tell you what, let's go grab this guy who can become copper. I'm gonna have to cut another path through this this silly jungle, but that's all right. So this one we'll do 4 bits on. Okay, and you can come over like there. My concern primarily was getting enough belt that we'll be able to go all the way up to the bus area. So if we don't have that, then we can't really do much. We can narrowly miss this other patch if we just go straight north. And since I am planning on eventually moving the smelting area above all of this area, I think instead of cutting through that very much thicker foliage, we'll just go north here. How long do you plan on streaming this this campaign tonight, Arumba? Well, it's hard to say. On the one hand, normal streaming hours on a Tuesday night would be until 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, so about another hour and a half. On the other hand, my wife is not here, and the kids are already asleep, so why would I ever stop? So we'll see. I have no idea. Let's just take this as far as we can take it for now. I don't know how... I want to get above the oil, I know that much. I want to have space down here for some oil smelting. Got some pretty hefty oil deposits down there. We are lacking in fuel. That's another thing that I'm definitely going to want to do is bring some fuel up. Get that coal on the belt. To do that, we're going to need to grab all this stuff and just get some basic iron smelting going so that we have enough raw material. Alright, let's throw down a chest here. This guy's going to use a lot of stone. I really think it's going to take like 3 chests. We have really horrible inserters right now. Like, they are not fast at all. Okay, the saddest little, most pathetic excuse for a smelting area ever created is going to look something like this. Just to get enough iron coming in so that we'll be able to make more belt, is the goal. Since I have none. I can't even make any belt right now. Never mind, I have iron plate in my inventory. I don't know what I'm talking about. Handy hands, I want you to keep me at 25 bits of belt, if you don't mind. Until we have no more of this stuff. We'll do a half of my normal furnace area setup. Here's the other issue. We're going to run out of copper in a moment, so if we don't get copper sorted, we won't be able to make any more inserters, and that will be a concern. And of course, fuel. So there are a few issues. One of the primary reasons. Couldn't you just put the assembly machines directly off the back of the crushers and the furnaces besides the outside chests? We could look into that, yeah, sure. We should have a little bit of coal in here now. Excellent, cool, we're good to go. And once we get some iron, we will bring this belt of coal up. And we'll be ready to move far, far away from the water and the trees and everything else that's ugly. I want pollution. I want disgusting, poisonous gas. That's what I'm looking for. Let's go ahead and turn off the evolution factor because it's not really not interesting or necessary in any way. Let's just load up like 72 of that there. Start using coal instead of the other thing. Come down to like that. We'll take half of you, and all of you, and then take half that back, and then put the other half over there. I'll get these guys running for just a little bit. You know what? We don't really need to waste the insert on the output. This is very temporary, and it can each one. This is 800 iron plate worth of stuff that can get into these effective little, like, single tile storage chests is what they are. However, I do want to put, yeah, all right. Well, I'm gonna take a break here. We'll see if maybe we can refine this a little bit so that I'm not shifting things around on my own. But the main thing is, I want a bus. So thank you for watching. I'm gonna take a break here. I'll see you again in the next episode. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.